Hello, good morning. I am here to talk about emails. There is some amount of debate, I guess, whether email marketing still works, whether it's worth it. And I'm, I mean, spoiler alert, yes, it's worth it. Email marketing does still work, even with people with the oversaturated inboxes like you and I have. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the keys to making email marketing work for you and for keeping your open rates up. It is definitely true that people's inboxes are super packed. I know mine is because I'm always signing up for freebies. I have tremendous FOMO. I always want to know what's a marketing technique that people are using. Has this person discovered some secret that I don't know and I have to know so that I can give it to my clients? So I'm constantly signing up for freebies thinking like this is the next great thing that's going to work. Even though, I mean, my own philosophy is that anything works if it's the right audience and executed the right way. So I really don't think that there's one hot strategy that's best for everybody anyway. But despite that, I download tons of freebies. And so I have probably about 35,000 unread emails right now in my inbox. And I bet there's some of you out there who can beat that. So, yeah, we are definitely oversaturated, but that doesn't mean that email doesn't work. I bet if you think about it, because of how I think about it is there are a handful of those people that I do recognize in my inbox that I always make sure that I am opening their emails, that I see their name and go, oh, great, new content from so and so. I'm going to open that. So if you have one or two, three, four of those in your inbox, think about how can you be that person in somebody else's inbox? How can you be the person that they get excited to open your email, that they see your name and go, oh yeah, I definitely want to open that one. So basically that starts with delivering lots of value and giving people a reason to open your email address, your emails. Let's back up for a minute and let me tell you about cold versus hot email lists. And maybe this is something that you already know, but I have been pretty shocked by the number of people who seem to think that it is good practice not to email their list too often. And I guess I can understand where you think that, like, if you email too often, then you're going to be bothering people, and that maybe it's better to only email when you have something actually like happening, like a launch. And even though you might think like letting people know about a launch of a program that's going to be great for them is of service, it is also an ask. It is also promotional, obviously. So to show up in people's inboxes only when you're asking them to spend money on you, that's not best practices. So you want to be emailing your list at least once a week, even twice a week if you can come up with the content for it. And you want it to be things that are beneficial to them. So again, that's a piece of the looking forward to seeing your emails. One way that I make that work for myself and that I've seen other people make work is doing roundups. Like I'll put all of the content that I've put out that had useful information into one email each week. I also have another little secret weapon that I'm going to talk about a little bit later for having a reason to send an email that people will actually want to open. But like, oh, why am I blanking on their name? Places like Social Media World, I'm always going to open their emails because it's a roundup of lots of useful resources from around the web. And so I don't have to go and hunt those resources down. It's brought to me. That's useful. I appreciate that. I open those. Um, I was reaching out to somebody on behalf of a client who wanted to purchase an email blast from some people. So basically that means that like we would give them money to send out one of our promotions to their email list because they have an email list of people that would be a similar target audience. And one of the people I reached out to was actually bragging about how she didn't email her list. She was like, "Well, we only send out emails when we have something to promote, and therefore the list is fresh and, not uh, annoyed or something." And that is just not true. That is a cold email list. Because the thing about people's inboxes being super packed is that they forget who you are. This is your whole world, but to them, you're just another person offering something, and they will very easily forget who you are and how they know you. So that's really going to be the very first foundational key to getting a better open rate and a better result from your email marketing, is to make sure that they don't have a chance to forget you. This is going to start with your lead magnet, your webinar, your download. When somebody requests that from you, you're going to deliver it by email. You're going to tell them, check your email inbox so that they see what you look like in their inbox, and so that it kind of whitelists your email address. And then you're going to have a little sequence connected to that where, you encourage them to utilize the resource that you provided. You ask them questions, you tell them a little bit about yourself, you warm them up a little bit. Maybe you make an offer for a free discovery call at the end of that. And then they become part of your regular list that you are emailing at least once a week. And that way they don't have a chance to forget your name. Another little thing that I like to do is put an emoji and use the same emoji at the front of the subject line every single time. I think that's a nice little touch to help with the memory and the branding. I found that worked well for me and for clients. Good subject lines, of course. We want good subject lines. Those are always going to help with your open rate. I use a tool called Headline Studio by CoSchedule to help me with making subject lines that are interesting. But if, it's just a regular email and you don't want to put half an hour of work into coming up with the best subject line, just think about what value is inside this email. Tell them what they're going to get when they open it. And it should be something that they actually want to get. So being recognizable and not giving them a chance to forget you is the first step to having really good open rates as best as you can expect. And email marketing really does still work. I mean, when you give people value and show up for them regularly, then when you do have something to offer, they are paying more attention and more of them are paying attention. So definitely worth investing in building your email list, even in this day and age. And I was going to talk about my little secret weapon. So this does not work for everybody, but if you are somebody who does any kind of affirmations, oracle cards, angel cards, any kind of like tarot, anything where people are intuitively choosing something, you can put that into your email. I developed this with a client, and if you look on the blog post that goes along with today's video, you'll see a little graph about how her click rate skyrocketed after we added this in. And I use it for my own emails as well. So, you might be doing on Instagram or TikTok, you have choose your card, which one are you drawn to, or you pick a card for people and say, if you stumbled across this, if the algorithm gave this to you, there's a reason. But it's not quite the same as people being able to intuitively choose their own card. And we can add that to your email list. So this does a few things. It gives people a reason to sign up for your email list, because you can say you will get your own affirmation or oracle card draw every week. All you have to do is open the email and then you pick your card. And so that means they have a reason to sign up for your email and they have a reason to open your emails. So it can be very powerful if that is a part of your overall thing that you do. I mean, not a lot of businesses have that, but I work with a lot of mindset and manifestation coaches. So if you are somebody in that sphere, this is a super great way to have something to email your list every week and something that they will look forward to. And it can do a few other things too. So I have a free training on exactly how to do that. It's at www.increaseyouриmpact.life/start. So there you could get instant access to, it's about a 20-minute video that walks you through exactly how to set that up in your business if you want to. So I like to do that. And people who sign up for my email list get those every week, every Monday, for a little mindset boost. So was there anything else that I wanted to mention? I have like 1,500 words in this blog post. It goes on and on. There's just so much to be said about email, and I'm gonna have to break it down into smaller bits too, because just email is a huge topic. So there's a few advanced techniques that you can get into if you want to. You can do segmenting and personalizing. So any email provider that you're using should be able to do tags, and you could segment your audience into different things, like whether they've opened an email from you in the last 6 months, or whether they clicked to book a call, whether they clicked at all in an email, things like that. And so one way that we used this recently in a client launch was we sent regular launch emails to the whole list, but then we sent one special email to the people who had been on the list for a year and had never signed up for a discovery call or bought anything or clicked on anything. So we had a special one to address just them. And the more that you can segment and personalize like that, the more that you can speak to that one specific kind of person and really address their issue. So that can be super powerful if you want to dig in to take the time to do that. Another little trick that some people use is changing up the subject line. This is probably not worth it for your regular weekly email. This is something that you might want to do if there's something you're emailing about that is very important and you want to make sure the maximum number of people on your list see it. But you'd basically, the day after you send your email or 2 days after, you would resend only to the people who didn't open your email, again with the segmenting, and change the subject line. So see if you can get more people interested with a different subject line. And we talked about delivering your lead magnet through the email to help people get used to opening your emails. And I also think it's worth mentioning that I really have been enjoying the kind of pretty emails. You definitely want it to be scannable and readable when you open it, when your lead opens your email. So the ones that are just text, I'm starting to not like as much as the ones that are kind of like drag and drop website builder style emails. So I don't know. I don't have any research on that. That's something that I've just been noticing for myself when I open emails. I really appreciate the ones that are not just text, but have, some visual interest and break up the text and have like real headings and stuff like that. So a lot of email providers can do that now. I do that in my Kartra. I first saw it in Flowdesk. I know that one is well known for its prettiness. But to wrap up, emails are still a super powerful marketing tool, and you can be somebody that has success with email by making, changing the way that you think about how you're emailing, that it's not a bother to people. They signed up to hear from you. They want the expertise and the knowledge that you have. So keep sharing it with them and deepening and building that relationship by giving them lots of value and sharing resources as it makes sense. And then when you do have a promotion or something to launch, you're going to have built up a lot of goodwill and you're going to have built up a lot of recognition. So that will help you when you are ready for doing some kind of promotion. I'm sure I will have more videos and blog posts in the future on email because, like I said, there's just so much. But I think that that is probably a good start. And let me know if you have any questions about that. All right. Thank you.